It's your girl Kathleen, aka Kasurin, aka Sorin, and welcome back to another episode of Sorin Soapbox. Get into it, get into it. Here on Sorin Soapbox is where we talk about all things love, life, and the plot twist that comes with both. What's up, family? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I am your lovely host, Kathleen, and we are back for another episode of Soda Soapbox. I just want to first shout out if you are a new listener, thank you for swinging by and checking your girl out. We love new people around here. Come on in, come on in. Kick off your shoes, relax your feet, grab you something to drink, grab you some water, some tea. If it's after 5 o'clock, grab you some wine, grab you some coffee. I personally prefer matcha. You know what I mean? Grab you something and then just kick back and relax. And if you are a returning listener, what's up, family? How you doing? How your mama and them? How you doing? I appreciate you for coming back to kick it with your girl. It means a lot to me, truly, truly, truly. So, hey, y'all, let us get into today's episode. It has been a minute, but we're just going to jump right on in, jump out, turn ourselves about, and get into the episode. But actually, before we get into the episode, let's do some announcements, some church announcements first and foremost. Make sure you're following your girl on all platforms. If you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, Google, all the places, make sure you're subscribing so you're always getting the notification when I drop a new episode. Also, if you didn't know, these episodes are available on YouTube as well. Nothing visual just yet, but if you listen or watch podcasts on YouTube like I do, you're always able to subscribe to the YouTube channel and listen to Soda and Soapbox there. And also, if you didn't know, your girl has launched a Substack for her sexology business. Yes, 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 yes. So, for those of you who are new or just didn't know, I am on my way to become a Christian sexologist. And so I have launched Sex in Context, which is my baby. And with that, I have not only an Instagram page, but I also have a Substack where every week, every Friday, I drop a new post just talking about all things sex, love, desire, etc., etc. Right now, we are currently in a breakthrough series that was inspired by the sermon series at my church, and it has caused me to do a deep dive not only into myself, but I figured it'd be a really good series to help you guys in doing a deep dive as well. So let me just get all of those out of the way. Make sure you're following this podcast, YouTube, as well as the socials. So Instagram, TikTok, that is Sorin's Soapbox. That's SORIN S_SOAPBOX. And then make sure you're following Sex in Context, the Substack, as well as the IG page. That is Sex in Context, SEXINCONTEXT. So I just want to get all of those announcements out of the way. I tend to do them at the end, but you know, sometimes it could be a bit convoluted at the end. So I figured let's just put it at the beginning, get it out the way so we can just jump in to the episode. Okay? Okay. All right. So we have a lot of catching up. This episode is probably going to be a smorgasbord of just doing some catching up, talking about some pop news, what's been going on with me, what's been going on with life, all the things. So buckle up, okay? So, this episode was originally supposed to come out last weekend, but it was my sister's birthday, and I just wanted to be present, if I'm being honest. So that's why this episode is coming out this weekend, which happens to be Valentine's Day. This is for my lovers, strictly for my lovers. We're gonna talk about Valentine's Day probably later on in the episode, but this episode was originally supposed to come out last weekend, but the reason why it didn't is because I was like, I just kind of want to be with my sister, and I mean, we live together, so it's not like I don't see her every day, but in the sense of it being her birthday week, I just wanted to do whatever it is she wanted to do, be present, hang out with her, all the things. So that's one of the reasons why the episode did not come out. But baby, let's back up a little bit. So first and foremost, I think I left y'all and it was a cold front coming in. I don't know if I referenced that in the last episode, child. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. January felt like 365 days in and of itself. And now we're in February, which happy Black History Month, y'all, because I'm blackity black, black, black. 365, not just in the month of February, but January felt like 365 days in and of itself. And I think January ended with a really bad cold front. Like we were in the single digit degrees, talking about some like 2-3 degrees at night. They were talking about, let your faucets drip because you didn't want your pipes to burst, all the things. And this week, as a matter of fact, we are in the 70s, the 60s and the 70s. Child, if y'all don't believe in global warming, then riddle me this, Batman, because I don't understand. But yeah, last week of January, it just was like a cold front. We had snow, we had ice, we had all the things just, coming through. So that was that. And then, like I said, the first week of February was my sister's birthday. We did something real chill. Like I got her breakfast and picked her up some matcha, and I had never been to Nothing Bundt Cake. I had heard amazing things about it, amazing things. And I had been looking for a reason to go over there. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get, some buntinis for her, because I had a friend who, for her daughter's first birthday, she got her a personal size like bundt cake. And that was like her first birthday cake type of thing. And I'm like, you know what? I think I want to try that. And so I saw like they had mini bundt cakes, like even smaller than a personal one. When I tell you, I couldn't stop eating them. They were so addicted. Like I was addicted to them. And I like the fact that like it came in like a bunch of flavors. I think we got funfetti, we got red velvet, we got chocolate, we got Oreo. They had a Biscoff flavor. They had vanilla flavor. Like they just had a lot of variety that I was like, oh, I get the hype. I get the hype of why people really like, and especially like if you're not a cake person, and maybe for some people even cupcakes are a bit much. I think the idea of like bundt cakes, whoever coined the idea, chef's kiss, chef's kiss all around. Like it just was a good idea. Like it was just the best. So I got her that. I got her some flowers, and then we spent the day watching, we did a Wicked double feature for her birthday, and it was just like chill. And then I think during the rest of the week, we watched some of our favorite movies. We watched some documentaries. We went out. We just, did a bunch of things. We were supposed to do the rage room, but we weren't feeling very ragey, even though like the political climate does give us all the more reason to be ragey. But I think just in our actual personal life, we weren't feeling ragey. So we were just like, maybe we'll save that for a time where like we're actually feeling angry and like really want to like lash out. But yeah, it just was a nice, chill vibes, nothing too crazy, nothing too serious. And then we had Benito Bowl this past weekend. Hey, y'all, I don't even know who was playing the Super Bowl. I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I haven't paid attention to who played the Super Bowl probably since I left college. Like, I don't think I've paid attention. And I left, or not even left college. Like, I think my college town, which was like 2016. So it's been like 10 years since I've actually paid attention to whoever's played the Super Bowl. And that's also the last time like I went to a Super Bowl party. So a lot of the times I don't be knowing who plays. I only be hearing about who plays in halftime. And so when I tell you, I could not wait to see this Bad Bunny halftime show. And when I tell you, it was such a cultural just callback. Everything about it, from the workers in the field and you see them out there to like the different shops, you know, like obviously I'm not Puerto Rican, so I don't know all of like the Puerto Rican cultural nuances, but a lot of it was very reflective of Haiti for me. So like seeing all the vendors on the street selling the drinks and selling candies and selling, you know, their version of like agua fresca, you know what I mean? Like all of those things, like it just was like such a cultural, like it just made me remember going to Haiti and visit my grandparents, or seeing the girls at the nail salon, or seeing the bodega. What? The bodega had me screaming. It just made me miss New York so much. Seeing the bodega and seeing all the girls, like just even the Afro Latino dancers, and the fact that he had girls of different sizes, colors, like just even their hairstyles. And then don't get me started on the fact that he had Cardi B, which I know some people know Bad Bunny before Cardi B, but I didn't meet him until I Like It Like That. So I thought it was just such a beautiful, like, ode to her to have her there. Pedro Pascal looking as fine as he did. Jessica Alba, I was surprised to see her up there. I was like, okay. Shout out to Jessica Alba. Haven't seen her since Honey, but I was like, okay. You know what I mean? So like seeing everyone there, and then freaking Ricky Martin. Oh my God. I needed a bib because I just was drooling. That man is, how is he that fine at 54? Like, what? What? That man, oh my God. That man looks so delectable. So delectable. Like, I couldn't stomach it. Then you had, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Don Omar was gonna come out when he played Dale Don Dale. I thought Don Omar, I was like, if Don Omar comes out, I'm about to flip this couch. I know some people thought Daddy Yankee was gonna come out, but I've heard Daddy Yankee is a maggot, so I didn't think he was gonna come out. But I appreciated the nod to him because obviously, like, we wouldn't have Bad Bunny if it wasn't for Don Omar, if it wasn't for Daddy Yankee. Like, these are his predecessors, so I appreciated that he did a nod to them. Like, just. And then Lady Gaga, like I know some people had some, like they feel some type of way about it, but I saw somewhere, I think on Threads, where they were saying that the same way that, you know, we had Despacito, where you had like Justin Bieber trying to fit into a certain, you know, genre. It was Lady Gaga trying to show us how white people be trying to fit into a genre that's not necessarily theirs. And I think, I don't know Spanish like that, so don't quote me, don't give me the line, but I believe he said a line about like, oh, here's your English, here, take it. And it's her singing, but it's the fact that she did Die with a Smile with a traditional Spanish. Oh, I love Lady Gaga. And it just was such a beautiful moment, especially because the week before, she went up to him during the Grammys to just give him love because that man was by himself. He couldn't take his family because of like him just fearing the threats of everything going on. And then for her to be in the like to be at the halftime, and then the couple actually getting married in the Super Bowl and the traditional wedding, it just was so many cultural like callbacks. I was like, Benito, I desire nothing but good things for you from here on out. Protect this man at all costs. Please, please, please. And then he brought out the flags. The Haitian flag was there. I'm not gonna hold you. I was looking for it. And even like later, there were people like, oh, if you're looking for the Haitian flag, here it was. And the fact that he said Haiti in Spanish, and even giving baby Benito the Grammy, I lost it. I freaking lost it. It was literally the best. I think this and Kendrick were the best back-to-back halftime shows. Obviously, Beyonce's, you know, there have been a lot of really good halftime shows. But I think for what's been going on in the world, I think having Kendrick and then having Bad Bunny back to back just sends such a loud message that what have we been saying? The revolution will be televised, but also there's just so much going on that it's like, despite the world feeling like it's falling apart, joy in itself is a revolution. Joy in itself is us taking back you're not going to beat us down. You're not going to cause us to like feel dismayed and this, that, and the third. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. I freaking loved every minute of his performance, everything about it. I just was like, oh my god. Even his jersey, the fact that he intentionally picked his mother's last name on there, and apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, I don't have any way to verify that, but 64 apparently is the year his mother was born. So it's just like such an ode on so many like ways to him, his culture, Afro-Latinos, the Puerto Rican culture. I just was like, oh my God. I want nothing but the best for him. So Benito Bowl was everything and then some. Like I freaking loved the Super. Like, if you cannot tell, I am gushing and drooling over all of it. But yeah, I still can't get over Ricky Martin. And I think it was just like such a great icon moment, because like if you saw his residency, he brought out Mark Anthony. And so I'm like in my head, like, is he gonna bring out Mark Anthony again? Or is he gonna bring out Ricky Martin? Ricky freaking Martin? I'm just, oh my God, I'm back up. Anyways, that's been honestly what I've just been going through. Is just, I've just been taking it day at a time, child. Like, I have just been having a good time. I have just been trying to be more present, trying to eat better. That's been something I'm trying to do. I've been on Pinterest a lot, and something I have discovered is, well, I don't want to say discovered because that seems very colonizing, but Pinterest has introduced me to the idea of adult Lunchables, aka bento boxes, which is why I said discovering is kind of colonizing, because bento boxes have been around for ages. I'm someone, I love to eat. Eating is not my problem. What to eat, though, has always been my problem. And so I've been seeing these girlies on Pinterest. What they'll do is they will create these bento boxes that kind of cover all of their macros to make sure they're eating like a well-balanced lunch. So they're putting like Colby cheese and turkey, and they're doing almonds with dark chocolate, and they're doing fruits, and then they're doing some sort of veggies and things like that. So I've been trying to play around with it. We went to Aldi's, and because I'm like, Walmart is starting to get a little bit too expensive for me. And so I'm like, let's try and switch it up and see. Like, obviously we have a Costco membership, but it's just the two of us. And sometimes I feel like going to Costco for just two people feels like OD at times. So I'm like, let's try and go to alternative stores. So I'm like, let's go to Aldi's, see what Aldi's is looking at. Let's go to, Trader Jose's and see what that's looking like, and kind of see what feels better. The local grocery store here, it doesn't really hit, and actually is more expensive than Walmart. So it's like, I don't really hit the local grocery store. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss Kroger's and Food Lion. Actually, no, I'm a Jersey girl. I miss ShopRite. Like, what am I talking about? I miss ShopRite and Acme. Like, what am I actually talking about? I miss ShopRite and Acme because at least the prices there made sense. The local grocery store here, the prices do not make sense. And at least back home, if you went to ShopRite or Acme, they were almost comparable to Walmart, if not neck and neck, or they would price match. If you showed them like, oh, at Walmart, this is the cost, they would price match. But the grocery store here is just ridiculous. So anyways, went to Aldi's, try to get some healthy, fruits and vegetables and meats and things like that. Just, again, trying to make small steps to eat better. And a lot of people usually in January, they overcompensate and say like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna change my diet, I'm gonna do all these things, and then literally by January 7th they fall off. And so I have learned to just be very specific about what I'm gonna do. So what I'm trying to implement is, okay, I'm really good about eating breakfast and I'm really good about eating dinner. I'm just not good about eating lunch. And the only time I eat lunch is if I go to work. And I don't go to work every day. So it's like, if I'm not going to work, then I don't eat lunch. And so I think the idea of creating these adult Lunchables / bento boxes has been a game changer these past couple of days. So it's like one version I made, it was like turkey meat with Colby cheese and crackers. Another square was the bell peppers with hummus. Another little square, or square essentially, was I had almonds with dark chocolate, and then I think the last one was grapes. So it was like that felt very well balanced, and like I felt full. I didn't feel like, oh, because I'm somebody, I want something sweet after I eat every single time. Give me something sweet. And I think so far I haven't had a sweet craving the past couple of days, and I think it's because doing this has helped me manage my cravings. And so yeah, like my sister and I have been trying this out for the past couple of days, and so far so good. And I've also slowly like started getting back into walking. We have walking pads, and we watch Cold Case. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that show. It's an old show, I think from like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. I could be wrong. But we watch that because it's like a 45-minute show. We put that on the TV and we just walk as we watch TV. And that's been like our routine so far. So yeah, like just small steps to, I guess, just have a better lifestyle, if I'm being honest. It's not easy. Even now, like I've now started to add a third layer of like trying to go to bed at a reasonable hour, because your girl will be up at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning just cause. No particular reason, but I'm just like, I'm not tired, so like why should I go to bed? But that's neither here nor there. So funny enough, my pastor this past Sunday was talking about it, and he was talking about like putting in certain practices, not necessarily for like health reasons or benefits, but like when it comes to your spiritual life and your spiritual health, a lot of the times, if you don't put in certain barriers, if you don't put in certain practices ahead of time, when the enemy tries to get you, if you don't have those practices in place, you're just left scared and unawares and just caught off guard. And so like some of his like practices were something like go to bed by 10 p.m. And I said, 10 p.m., sir, you're bugging. Like, be so freaking for real. I was like, I've decided I'll go to bed by midnight. And I think for me, like, which is what he talked about too, obviously use your discernment. For me, I think midnight feels reasonable because I ain't got no kids, right? Like, I don't have no kids. 10 p.m. doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you have kids or you have some type of job that requires you to like, go to bed a little early, that makes sense. Because for him, he was just like, when you don't get like 7 to 8 hours of sleep and you wake up, your whole thought process, like you can feel yourself being anxious, you can feel yourself being groggy or not on your best game. And therefore, when you don't start on your best game, the rest of your day kind of like goes downhill from there, which I can agree. Because like I said, I have started to implement that. I've gone to bed at midnight and I wake up at 9, and that still feels reasonable to me, where it's like I'm still up early enough. I can get a lot of things done in my day and I not feel like, oh my God, half my day has been gone. Because trust me, I have gone to bed 2-3 o'clock in the morning and I don't get up till 11-12 p.m. and then most of my day is gone. And then I realize like I'm playing catch up by staying up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and it's just a vicious cycle. So I've tried to implement that. So I will give him his kudos on that. 10 p.m., I don't know about all that, but for now, I think 12 midnight feels like a good compromise on my part. So yeah, he talks about that. He talks about like fasting from food, because obviously like you're feeding your spirit more than you're feeding your flesh, because sometimes like your flesh can get out of whack. Like it just was a whole bunch of practices, which I do talk about in this upcoming, or by the time this episode comes out, the Substack would have already posted, but I do talk about implementing those practices when it comes to dealing with like sexual temptations and frustrations and things like that I do understand where those boundaries come into play, how they are helpful. But I digress. Anyways, the fact of the matter is I am trying to do better about my body. So I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to move this body, stretch, go to bed earlier, all the things. And while it is for health purposes, I can see the spiritual aspect of it as well and why that would be beneficial. So that's where the rant is essentially going. But yeah, child, other than that, your girl's been chilling. Chilling, chilling, chilling. Valentine's Day is this weekend. And how y'all feeling about that? How y'all feeling about Valentine's Day? Happy about it? You sad about it? You got mixed feelings? You hate it? How y'all feeling about it? Because every time I talk to people about Valentine's Day, they have mixed feelings. Like, I never get like the same answer. Some people love Valentine's Day, which I can see why. Like, I think Valentine's Day is like cutesy, right? Like, everybody's in love. You get to watch your favorite movies. You get booed up. Go to a night restaurant. Get some gifts. This, that, and the third. Some people hate it because they think it's just another capitalistic, endeavor. But then isn't that what like Christmas is and Father's Day and Mother's Day and all the other holidays? So like, do you not celebrate those holidays either? Because those are all like commercial, holidays as well that like companies push in front of you. So it's like, if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, do you not celebrate Christmas? Do you not celebrate New Year's Eve? Do you not celebrate Easter or Mother's Day, Father's Day, St. Patty's Day, that type of thing, because it's the same thing? I don't know. Listen, I'm just asking questions here. Just asking questions here. And then I know some people just be sad about it because, they're single and they don't have anyone. I remember like being in Korea and yeah, Valentine's Day. Apparently Valentine's Day is not February 14th here like it is over there. It's like March 14th, or I forget. I think it's like February 14th is when girls give guys gifts, and then March 14th is when the guys give a girl a gift. And then I believe April 14th is like Black Day, where it's like you're single, and so like you eat black noodles, aka jjajangmyeon. So I think like that was like the whole thing. But apparently every 14th is an actual holiday in Korea, which I also thought was interesting. But yeah, like I know, like even Christmas, for example, is like a couple's holiday. So maybe Korea isn't necessarily the best like version of this because everything for them is like a couple's thing. Like they don't really do things in singles because it's just like, oh, everything, like you have to be a couple to do everything. There's couples clothes, couples shoes, couples God knows what. Like even there's couple seatings when you go to like certain cafes, like it's specifically seating for couples, not like, and I don't mean like you and your friend, like I mean literally like a boy and a girl, y'all are a couple, this seating is specifically for y'all. And the reason why I know that is because there was this one cafe that was by the beach and there was a seating on the balcony facing the water, so like you could sit there and see like the sun go down. But that seat was reserved specifically for couples only, which I thought was like whack. Because it's like, what if I want to sit there with my friend and capture really good like sunset pictures? But I digress. But yeah, I know just some people feel like have mixed feelings about Valentine's Day. I think for me, I don't know. I think my feelings have changed toward Valentine's Day over the years. Obviously, when I was younger, my mom was like really big into Valentine's Day and would like give me gifts, give me teddy bears and leave me Kit Kats and all the things because like that's what I love. And obviously would like give me like Valentine's Day cards to share with my classmates and I would give them to everybody. Like I wasn't giving them to one specific person in my class. Like I shared them with everyone. So that was always fun. And then I think like high school, I had mixed feelings about it because it was like most of my friends were in relationships. And because if you've listened to my 3Ls episode, L'école, La Caille, L'Église, you will know that I didn't have time to date because if you're a Haitian girl growing up, there's only 3 places your behind should be. And that is at school, at home, and at church. So we don't do boyfriend around here. You date after you graduate college. So that really wasn't a thing for me during high school to like be dating. I'm not saying I wasn't talking to nobody or didn't have, guys that I was interested in, but none of them were like, oh, these are my Valentine's type situations. And then college, child, I went to a college that was predominantly white. It was PWI and ain't nobody checking for me, to be quite honest. Like, and it took me a while to realize like, oh, your girl wasn't ugly. You just was around the wrong crowd. Like you just was around, the Wahites and you wasn't their type. But yeah, I wasn't really looking for anybody in college. A little after college, again, I think there was a couple guys that I was like interested in and talked to, but nothing that would be like Valentine's Day worthy. And this is when I was still inundated in the purity culture and the church singleness culture. So it was like every Valentine's Day, I would go to like a singles event. And you would think like you're gonna mix and mingle with like guys and girls, and it just end up being like a bunch of women. And it was like it was still fun, but it was just like, oh, if you're going to these events thinking you're gonna, meet a guy and connect and have a good conversation with, and it could go from somewhere, child, you are sadly mistaken. Which I'm gonna have a conversation about how the church has failed singles. I actually saw something on Instagram about that today, that the church has definitely failed the single people of the house. And I think maybe even to extent exploit them, because single people are faithful to the church. So they're going to show up and show out. And I think maybe some churches take advantage of that because they believe that like, oh, if you get married, that maybe they will lose out on your faithfulness and your attendance or whatever the case may be. And so they actually want to keep you single. But I think I'll talk about that another time, because I don't want to mince my words. I want to be very careful in how I talk about that. It's not necessarily church bashing, but I think the truth needs to be talked about, how the church mishandles and mismanages single people. And I don't necessarily think the church really helps single people get into quality, healthy relationships, and especially marriages. But I'm not going to step on that landmine right now. I'm going to move around it. But yeah, you know what I mean? So I would go to these, singles events. Like I remember one Valentine, I went to a masquerade party, and it was a lot of fun. Like I got dressed up. I love getting dressed up. I love putting on a nice little party dress, a nice little gown, and going out and just having a good time, having a good shenanigan, a good shenan. And so that's what it was, Like we went out there, it was a masquerade ball. I love Phantom of the Opera. So it was just like, for me, I was just like, oh, I'm waiting for my Phantom to find me, honey, okay? The Phantom of Music to come get me, child. But yeah, it ended up being more women than it was men, which makes sense, because I'm like, men don't really, a lot of the times they're not catered to men. It's not their vibe. It's not their type of get together. And so either way, it was fun. But yeah, I just feel like I've just had mixed feelings. And then as I got older, I think I've just come to the realization that Valentine's Day, if your love language isn't gifts, then it's kind of hard to feel like it's kind of hard to see where you fit in to Valentine's Day, especially. And when I say that, I mean like the social media aspect of it, you know what I mean? Like the Instagram aspect of it. It's hard to see where you fit in, because you have everybody taking pictures of all the balloons, the rose petals everywhere, all the Chanel bags and the Balenciagas and the, Armani's and all, all the designer stuff that people get. Or if somebody got you a new car, or somebody took you on a trip to someplace, like all the things, like the big extravagant gift giving. If gifts isn't your love language, then it's like, where do I fall? If I'm someone where quality time is important to me, just going out to dinner, or just having, I don't know, hiring a chef to come in and cook a dinner. I'm not saying everybody can hire a chef. I'm just throwing out examples. But if you can, hire a chef to come in and cook you a nice romantic dinner, and then you both just sit at the house and just spend time together, that's, maybe parts of that are Instagrammable, but for the most part, you just care about being in your partner's presence. And so that might not really, and I'm not saying obviously Valentine's Day is meant to be that, but like that's what it's kind of become. It's become a social media thing now, like where everybody want to brag and compare. It's kind of like Christmas, right? Like everybody want to see who got what for Christmas, and and so you're just comparing each other. And so it's like, that might not necessarily be Instagrammable. Or if your love language is acts of service, and maybe your husband or your partner hires a cleaning service to just come in and clean the house top to bottom so like you don't have to. That screams I love you to some people. But again, is that really something you could post on social medias? No, because especially now people are like, oh, that's bare minimum, or the bar is in hell and this, that, and the third. It's just like, it's just weird. Or like words of affirmation. What if your partner just wrote you a very sweet, heartfelt love note about how they felt about you from the time that they started dating, or the first time they met you till now, and they talked about all the things that you mean to them, and etc., etc. Again, that's not really like, oh, post it on the gram or post it on TikTok type things. It's like, so I realize that like now I'm like, yeah, if your love language isn't gifts, it's just like, oh, okay, you had a cute Valentine's Day, but it's just like, for some of us, it doesn't matter. Like just being able to like sit on a couch with your partner and have a, stress-free day and watch your favorite trash reality show, that might just be the best Valentine's Day you had. You know what I mean? Or it's just like you go to the same restaurant you've always gone to, because this is where you go for date night every week. And it's just like you have so many memories there. It's like, why go through the whole ordeal of like making reservations at some bougie restaurant y'all have never been to, and it's $200 a plate for a dollop of mashed potatoes and a pinky sized meat that they put on there, and they're just like, oh, it's for the ambiance and the vibes and the aesthetics and this and that there, where it's just like, you can just go down to the hole in the wall that y'all have loved for the past 5-6 years, because the food is good. You know the name of the cook. You know the name of the waitress. They always get your order right. They give you a little extra because y'all come in so often. You know what I mean? Sometimes they throw in a free dessert because it's just like, hey, it's Valentine's Day. Like, I think we've just got too caught up in the aesthetics of things. That's my issue with Valentine's Day, more or less. It's just like everybody's caught in the aesthetics. And people have lost the idea that like Valentine's Day for you doesn't have to look like the same for me. And that's fine. I will say though, the people who piss me off on Valentine's Day is the people who say like, oh, well, I love her 364. I don't understand why I gotta make Valentine's Day a big deal. Well, if every day for you is Valentine's Day, then what's wrong with Valentine's Day? It's literally just another day then to continue doing what you do 364. And just do it 365. Like, I don't understand those people. Or the guys who say like, oh, Valentine's Day is stupid to me, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it may be stupid to you, but if it's important to her, if it makes her feel loved and appreciated and seen and known, then be stupid for her, right? Like, be in love, like, show that you love her, show her appreciation to her. You have her sitting there scrolling through Instagram or hearing her friends talk about all the things that everybody, like their partners have done for them and how they like show and love on them. And she's sitting there like being happy for everybody else. And you just sitting there talking about something, oh, I think Valentine's Day is stupid. Why I gotta do all this? And she's just like, I'm sitting up here with stupid. Like, what do you mean? If this is your person, if this is somebody that you profess to love and care about and mean, then do the things that make them happy, even if you don't like it. It's called compromise. I'm sure she does stuff for you that she don't care about, but because it makes you happy, she does it. But guess what? If she said that to you, you feel some type of way. So it's just like, just do it because you love her. You care about her. Like, I think those are the only people on Valentine's Day that I can't stand, is the people who try to convince us that like, oh, because they make Valentine's Day is every day for them. But in reality, like, if you were to show me what you did 365, your everyday does not look like Valentine's Day. It doesn't. Like, you actually do not make every day feel like Valentine's Day for her. So, and if that was true, Valentine's Day wouldn't feel like a burden, because you would be showing your love to this person every single day. That Valentine's Day would come and go because every day literally feel like Valentine's Day. So I hate that type of conversation and that nuance. So yeah, but honestly for me, I don't know. I don't have any feelings towards Valentine's Day. I think Valentine's Day comes, and it just depends on where I am and what I'm doing. Like this year, child, we going to church. My sister decided she wants to get back on the kids ministry, which I'm happy for her. I'm not bitter about that. But then that means we have to go back to Saturday services, which means This Saturday being Valentine's Day, my behind will be in church. And what did I say? I grew up l'école, la caille, l'église. So, of course, the Haitian girl would be in church on Valentine's Day. Of course. But if I wasn't going to be in church, I probably would just be at home and just watch my favorite romance movies, honestly. Which is funny because I never considered myself like to be a romance genre girly, but I think maybe halfway through last year, like I started reading a lot of like romance novels and, just getting into the genres. Honestly, Kennedy Ryan and Jasmine Guillory have turned out to be my favorite romance authors. When I tell you, oh my God, there is a blessing in their penmanship. Like, these women can write. What the Skyland series? Oh, I have no words. Kennedy Ryan, I want nothing but the best for you. Jasmine Guillory, I want nothing but the best for you. These two women have turned out to probably be my favorite two authors next to Judy Blume. And I used to read Judy Blume when I was a kid. So that just tells you, Judy Blume, I mean, I have some other authors that are my faves. Danielle Jensen, you know what I mean? But Kennedy Ryan and Jasmine Guillory have turned out to be my favorite romance authors, as in whatever books they put out into this world, it's an auto buy. I don't care if it's just I don't care if it's their grocery list. It's an auto buy. Like, that's the point I'm at with them, because I read all 3 of Kennedy Ryan's from the Skyland series. And then I've been going through Jasmine Guillory's books. She did the wedding series. So like she had The Wedding Date. I just read her book called The Proposal. And then I read a 3rd book from her. I can't think of the title right now because I can't see the book in front of me right now. But I have read all 3. And the 3rd book is called Drunken Love. These 3 books alone, I think the 3 books from Jasmine and 3 books from Kennedy have told me, oh, y'all are my faves. Y'all are literally my favorite authors. I wish nothing but the best for y'all. So yeah, last year was like the first time like I started reading romance, because most of the time I read fantasy or romantasy, which is romance and fantasy books, but not just straight up romance books, which is my sister's bread and butter. Like, that's how she makes her money, is through romance books. So she's been slowly trying to get me into romance, and I'm not gonna hold you, she ate with that. But yeah, I probably would have watched one of my favorite romance movies, which is like The Photograph and Pride and Prejudice. I would have sat home and watched them and just, enjoyed a good time. I think I just saw another romance movie. It's not new, but it's called The Lovebirds with Issa Rae, and I forget what the man's name is, but I believe he's Indian. I hope I'm correct in that he's Indian. Y'all, we need more movies like that. First of all, it was hilarious. I think the fact that Issa Rae is already she's hilarious. She's a comedian in her own self. And then I think the other guy as well, he does stand-up comedy. I want more movies with interracial couples where one of the people in the relationship is not white. I actually that needs to be my new thing. I need that, because having a Black woman and a brown man together, it just did something to my my brain. It did something to my brain. I need either an interracial couple in a movie, like I said, where one of the people is not Wahite, or I need intercultural couples where one is African American and the other one's Caribbean American, or one is African and the other one's African American, or you know what I mean? I need, hell, I'll even take where one is, Puerto Rican and the other one is Mexican. Give me intercultural romance movies, TV shows, whatever. Give me interracial movies, TV shows, because it's everybody's talking about Bridgerton. Don't get me wrong, Bridgerton's really good. Season 2 and Queen Charlotte are probably my favorites. And I have to be honest, because Shonda Rhimes' favorite, strategy is to do somebody white, usually a white man, with a POC woman. And it's just season 1, we have Daphne, a white woman, with the Duke, a Black man. We have season 2, which is Anthony, a white man with a Middle Eastern, or I think the proper term is West Asian woman, right? Season 3, I think it's just 2 white people. So, okay. Queen Charlotte is a white man and a black woman. And then I think this new season is a white man and an Asian woman. So it's just like, again, for the nuance, and because these are based on books, fine, I'll take it. And I just want to see, give me an intercultural, interracial, where one of the couples, one of the people in the relationship is not Wahite. That's literally just all I'm asking. Anyways, I've rambled long enough about this. The fact of the matter is, your girl's been chilling. Your girl has just been trying to be better about her disciplines, be more present, eat better, sleep better, take care of this body, and trying to make it through the rest of February being black, blackity black, black, black. And I hope y'all do the same. I'd love to hear what your plans are for Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's Day. Or again, do you think it's just a whole capitalistic foolishness and you could care less? But if you actually do love Valentine's Day, I'd love to hear, what are your plans? What are you going to do? How are you planning to enjoy it? And otherwise, how is your February? What are you planning to do for Black History Month? And if you are not Black, how do you plan to support your fellow Black, neighbor, friend, parent, etc.? Cash app them, Zelle them some money for all the foolishness that's happening in the world. And if you don't have anybody, you can use me. You can cash app me, you can Zelle me some money, because I will never say no. Okay? So with that being said, I love you for real. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be kind to one another, in the words of Cornbread. And your girl is off her soapbox. See ya.